Sorkar Jala Lingba ke Jingalang Kenhun Menteri haka khat santri ukula lingkot arhaja arpusan kalam menjur ban Bsuh Kyndon Thymmai haka Meghalaya State Investment Promotion and Facilitation Act arhaja arpusau dak jing thmu ban pentikna bakanom don ke Ïaid Lait ya ka Meghalaya Land Transfer Regulation Act khat kandai spa nyopuwei. Haba pentep ya kane syakilat pathai kubor din ke Jingalang Menteri Rangba uloang balasya me kane rai ban penkala kertang ya ke Investment Meghalaya Agency IMA syaka Meghalaya Investment Promotion Authority MIP&F lingba ka Kyndon ba Thymmai. Kumban syukdo bagi lami shibun ki jing persya ban thau ya ki Land Bank hapo ka Investment Meghalaya Agency baru Menteri Rangba ulo pentep baya kane rai la syem ha ka Jingalang badangshan bat ka Kyndon na Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council balay lam do Chief Executive Member uba penyat sings iem kabala pen pau ya ka jing so khia halor kane ka kam.
The amendment in the Meghalaya State Investment Promotion and Facilitation Amendment Ordinance Act 2024, and we have brought in an amendment in the Meghalaya State Investment and Promotion and Facilitation Ordinance for 2024 is being brought in. As you are aware that this is being done, this particular act has been passed by the government to facilitate the entire process of investment in our state. I have clarified in the past that earlier there used to be a single window agency which used to handle the different investment projects in the state. But because of the wide spectrum of sectors, which also includes today the health sector, the agriculture sector, the tourism sector, the IT sector, the power sector, and obviously the industry sector, the investment horizon has really broadened. And hence we needed a larger or a much more broader based authority to look into this particular aspect. And that is what led to the creation of the Invest Meghalaya Agency at that point in time. And accordingly, the act was passed. Now, during the course of time, there were certain concerns that were raised by individuals and also the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council. The CEM and other members had met me in regards to this and raised some of these small issues and concerns that they had from their side, and not just the district council but the public at large. So after detailed discussion with the CEM of the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council and the other members, there were certain suggestions which were made, and we are happy to incorporate some of those suggestions. The first one is that there is a particular clause in the act. The clause is clause number 34, and this clause spoke about certain other laws and certain other provisions which this particular act would override. Now I just want to clarify to everyone that this particular clause that was there, the article 34 of this particular act, was very, very specific to the common application forms. Now in the past, the single window agency required certain applications to be made to them in certain forms. The MUDA required applications to be made in certain forms. The MTDC required the applications to be made in certain forms. And hence, in order to avoid the amendment of all those 6-7 different acts to incorporate the provisions of this act, we had put this provision in this act to override those provisions in those acts. And the basic powers of this were very, very specific to the common application form and did not go beyond that. So I just want to clarify that. But since it has created a bit of confusion with the district council and other members, and also to some extent from the public side also, the government has decided and the cabinet has decided to repeal the article or this para 34 of this act, which is creating this confusion. And we are now going to amend the other provisions that is there in the single window agency, the Meghalaya promotion policy, or the tourism act, or the other acts which were being affected by this. we will make the necessary amendments there and remove this particular para 34 to avoid any confusion among the people, and adding one line to this, in fact, saying that this particular act shall not be in derogation of the Meghalaya Land Transfer Regulation Act 1971. So we are specifically putting that clause to avoid any confusion among the public, because we felt that there was a confusion in this, and the District Council and the CEM had mentioned this to us, and hence we are removing that para and adding this line that this act shall not be in derogation of the Meghalaya Land Transfer Regulation Act 1971. Second concern which was there, which was raised by the CEM of the Khasi Hills District Council, Bapat Niyat Singh CM, was regarding the aspect of the different provisions under the Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council. In this particular act, in para 13, we already have the provisions of the details of the combined application form. In this, the different provisions of the state are mentioned. There's a specific paragraph that mentions that wherever the forms and fees have to be prescribed as per for clearances in any central law, the application shall be submitted to the central government. That where any form and fees has been prescribed for such clearances from the ADCs, the applications shall be submitted only in that very form along with the fees to be submitted. Which means that we are clarifying, of course it was already done in the past. It's not even that we needed to put this paragraph out here, because that is a normal procedure that is followed, where the permissions from the council have to be applied to the council. But since there was a confusion regarding that, we are introducing this paragraph very specifically to clarify that the applications, the permissions, all the NOCs, whatever required from the autonomous district councils will have to be taken up through the district councils, and separate forms will have to be applied to the respective district councils, which was actually the procedure. But since there was a confusion, we have introduced this paragraph to clarify and clear that particular confusion, so that nobody is confused that the question of bypassing the Khasi Hills District Council or the Kyrwoh Hills District Council or the Jaintia Hills District Council does not arise. The provisions among these councils for any kind of NOC or permissions that are required by these investing agencies will have to be taken up. The third part which we also are amending is that we are including one para in this, which is making it mandatory for employing local people. So this will be now in the Act itself. So the section 2A is now going to read, subject to the overall control and superintendence of the government, the governing council shall provide overall policy guidance and directions under this Act. Then we added, ensuring that the incentives under the policies will be provided to industries who are creating employment for local people, in bracket, individuals domicile of Meghalaya. So we are adding this clause to ensure that the employment is given to the local people. The last amendment we are making is overall to give the structure a better name and better structure to the agency. As we know that this agency, the Act itself is called the Meghalaya State Investment Promotion and Facilitation Ordinance, and hence in line with the Act itself, we are calling the authority now the Meghalaya Investment Promotion Agents Authority. I repeat, it will be called the Meghalaya Investment Promotion Authority, which is MIPA, M-I-P-A, instead of the Invest Meghalaya Authority. This is being done, as I said, because the Act itself uses the word promotion and investment, and it starts with Meghalaya. So, as I said, the Act is Meghalaya State Investment Promotion and Facilitation Ordinance Act. So, similarly, the authority will now be called the Meghalaya Investment Promotion Authority. Yeah, we have addressed this by putting that clause in the Act that says that the Act shall not be in derogation of the Meghalaya Land Transfer Regulation Act 1971. So like today, MIDC, MTDC, GAD, MECL, all these government authorities are mandated to buy land. Similarly, the MIPA, which is not IMA now, it's called the MIPA. The MIPA also is authorized to buy land. And just to clarify, so because this concern is there among the people, we have specifically inserted this clause that says that this act shall not be in derogation of the Meghalaya Land Transfer Regulation Act. So I think it's very clear. There's nothing more to clarify in that.
Habatin, page bahagi kishab, kashab plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam dunaki eki bataya kamet. Namar kata habathiru atau kau kamlu ka umpnyang kadut pet ya kashab plus F haka jingsom. Yaki nutrient kumki vitamin bat ka ayan la ikan diat bada ka bathau bha kam kata ika dur jingki marbam ka jingmat lani ka rukom shed yaki. Balehi panai kita. Kadon ka we ka jing mentoy ba kongsan. Ka kot ka kia. Ka nutrition ba khambha ka jing im ba khambha pendon kam daki marbam madon ka sharp plus F menta kasni.
Lawan Ra Shafi Lingba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya.